Here's the Mindful Man. I'm reading chapter 6 from Flander's Friend, one of my books on Amazon KDP, which is free to review. I'm confused if I've read them online before, so I'm just going to read a few more of it. Tim didn't want to leave, but he knew that he had to. The last thing he wanted was to be late for school again. It was becoming a habit. I have to go now, but I'll be late, Tim shouted through the trees. Then he reached into his bag and he pulled out a shiny red apple and he tossed it towards Arthur, who caught it like a wicket keeper. Bye, said Tim as he hurried through the woods. Tim looked back to see Arthur biting into the apple, but the funny thing was that Tim was sure that he could see the trees swaying in the wind behind Arthur. It was as if he was made of cellophane. Tim had no time to wonder about this, and he shrugged, and he knew that his eyes were bad, but he didn't think they were that bad. As he sat at his desk at school, all he could think about was chatting to Arthur. He'd never had a real friend, but now he'd found one. He daydreamed through all of the lessons, and when the bell rang to go home, he walked out of the school gates with his bulging bag with a new sense of purpose. As he was nearly there, a worrying thought occurred to him. Would Arthur still be there? After all, tramps can take off at any moment, he thought. He had only spoken to him once. What right did he expect Arthur to stay around? It was a crushing realization, and when he reached the opening of the wood, his heart was racing. He peered into the distance, and his fears subsided as he saw the familiar sight of Arthur. But there was nothing different about him. He seemed to be surrounded by thick grey smoke. I've read this one before, so I'll have to move it on to the next chapters. It gets a bit confusing. Hope you enjoyed it.